Hi, I'm Paul DiBartolomeo. Welcome to Training Minutes. In this month's segment, we're going to deal with an underpin, where we have a car that's driven into the rear end of a tractor trailer, pinning a person between the car and the trailer body. A few things we want to consider when we arrive on scene. We want to ensure that the tractor trailer and the vehicle are both in park and that their emergency brakes are applied. If we can access the rear of the trailer to check on the load, that's going to have an impact on our lift. If the load has shifted during the accident, or if the load is stacked to one side of the trailer body, it's going to impact how we do the lift. So if we can access the back of the trailer body to take a look at the load, that's important. One of the other things we do upon arrival is we want to stabilize all of these vehicles. As we can see here, we have the step chocks and the wheels cribbed on the car. We've also done the same thing to the tractor trailer. We want to eliminate the possibility of any of these vehicles moving unexpectedly. The next thing we want to do is we want to take the vehicle's suspension out of play. In order to do that, we're going to utilize a ratchet strap. We're going to ratchet down the car's suspension system so that when we lift the trailer body, we're not going to lose any of our lift. So what the firefighters have done, they've attached this ratchet strap to the tire on the driver's side. They've run it across the hood underneath the victim's legs, and we're going to attach it here and ratchet it to the opposing tire. In this instance, where we have a victim across the hood, that may not always be feasible. Another option would be to run the ratchet strap through the passenger compartment. Now, as we see, as he applies tension to that ratchet strap, we're going to see this car start to sink. Okay, this is very important because as we take the weight of the trailer off the car, the suspension is going to want to naturally lift up. So we've basically inhibited that from happening. The next thing we have to consider is where we're going to lift this vehicle. If we look at the underside of the tractor trailer here, we can see the rails for the frame. That's going to give us a good spot to lift from. What we have to do is build up two lifting stacks on each side of the trailer. We're going to pass a 6x6x8 piece of lumber through, and we're going to lift off of that. The firefighters are going to come in now and start to construct their cribbing. Because of the weight of this trailer, we're expecting this to be very heavy. We're starting our lift stack with 6x6s. Anytime we're going to be lifting a heavy load, we want to increase the dimension of our lumber. So this is being done on both sides of the vehicle. We have two firefighters on each side of the vehicle. They're using identical lumber. We're then going to go with 4x6s. We're going to finish out with 4x4s. We're going to use 3 4x4s per tier due to the weight of this load. It's very important that both sides of the vehicle build their lift stacks equally spaced so that when we go to lift this vehicle, we have a nice even lift. And we're going to finish out our stack with a plywood pad on each side to support the airbags as they inflate. We're going to use stacked bags again because we're looking to gain some height in order to extricate this patient. We're also going to utilize the Y at the controller so that we can fill each side evenly. When we're using a bridge technique like this, we want to come up evenly so that we don't throw off the balance. Alright, we have our 6x6 in position. We're going to pass it through. We want to ensure that we secure our bags. Alright, hang on a sec, Chris. We just got to clean this up a bit. We're going to come to you a little bit, Chris. We're about 2 inches over. Okay. And we're right on the X. All right, we're making these minor adjustments. We're cleaning up our crib stack. We want to ensure that the 6x6 is evenly placed on each crib tower. Okay, we don't want it overhanging more on one side than the other. We want to ensure that it's right on the X mark on the bags themselves. Now, if we look here, we have a bit of space between the bags, the 6x6 and the frame rail. We really want to maximize the lifting capacity, so we want to butt this 6x6 right up to the frame rail. So we're going to do that by coming in with some 2x4 wedges. We'll lift up and we'll wedge them right under there. Take up any space. Firefighters on the other side are doing the same thing. We'll have this secure in place. Maximize our lift. Okay. All right, we're all secure. We're ready to lift this trailer.
Slow on the bottom bags.
Looking good. As we can see, we're starting to get the trailer to lift. Firefighters are alternating which bags they're lifting with.
Hold. How you doing on a second? We're good, Ed. Get up the bottom bag slow. Hold. Put the top bag slow.
I think we got it. Okay, we've got our trailer lifted. The firefighters are in place to perform the extrication. A couple things we want to think about as we're doing this. This person's been pinned with a tremendous amount of weight on their lower bodies. We may want to allow the paramedics to work hand in hand with us to start some drug interaction to prevent crush syndrome. As we lift this weight off, that's a real possibility for this patient. Okay. Again, we're going to consider C-spine immobilization. We're going to board and collar this patient, and we're going to begin to extricate. Ready? My call. 1, 2, 3, up. 1, 2, 3, up. Okay. 1, 2, 3, up. Okay. 1, 2, 3, up. Okay, back one. All right, so in this segment, we used the multi-point lift with a 6x6 as a bridge to lift the tractor-trailer body off of a car in order to free a pinned victim. A big thing we did was utilize the ratchet strap. If we noticed as we were lifting the trailer, the car really didn't move at all. The suspension was totally put out of play, which allowed us to free this victim successfully. I'm Paul DiBartolomeo. Thank you for watching Training Minutes.